Maverick 100.9 Aggie Lands Country Alternative. It's Corliss. Always fun to catch up with my buddy David Adam Byrnes. How's it going?
I'm better now. I see your bright shining face this morning. Your burst of energy wakes me up more than this cup of coffee does. So
you are absolutely full of it. You are absolutely full of it. So this is my lying friend, David Adam Byrnes.
Every dog has his day.
Exactly. You know, everybody always asks me, like, how are you so peppy and this and that? And I'm like, lots of caffeine and a ton of stress. I'm just running out of fumes. Yes.
And delusion. They can always tell. They're like, you're at the delusional point, aren't you? I'm like, yeah, if I just stay hyper, I can keep going.
100%. At least we understand each other's chaos. Like, that's what friendship's all about, man.
I got you, boo. I got you.
Oh, God. Well, we've got a ton of new stuff to at least catch up with you on. As always, we are more than ready for new music from David Adam Byrnes. And this time you have hit us with one honky-tonk town, which sounds about as David Adam Byrnes as it gets.
I can't complain or argue with you on that one, man. I talk about a lot of these songs since the Neon Town record that were very, very old songs I've always wanted a chance to record. And this was another one on the list, man. I probably, I'll be straight honest. I was learning how to write. I signed that first publishing and record deal, and they were putting me in the room with hit writers. And I was the kid just sitting there soaking it all in. Like if I had one little to chime in, I'd say it. And that was kind of in that era. And I can't remember exactly how the title popped out. I remember in the middle of writing it, just being like, this is awesome. But, it was so long ago and so early in my process, as far as in the middle of writing, I can't remember the stories and stuff to a T. But I remember leaving that day, running straight to my publishing office and going, look what we just wrote. And it's one of them songs. I mean, me and Trent really considered putting it on the Neon Town record. It was just trying to find, when you're doing a full record, it's got to fit like a puzzle. And some of these songs, like I'll Find a Reason, one of the digital releases is one that just didn't fit. So now we're kind of going around two and cut some of those songs I've been wanting to cut and finally getting to them.
Well, we're definitely going to have to talk more about the songs that you have been cutting, but I'm really excited to debut this one to everybody on Maverick 100.9. For the first time, it is one honky-tonk town, David Adam Byrnes. Due to copyright, Brian Broadcasting is not licensed to air this single for you in podcast form, but you can download and stream it anywhere now. And today's interview continues next. You just heard it here first. That was One Honky Tonk Town by David Adam Byrnes on Maverick 100.9. And of course, I'm catching up with David. And I always get the super, super secrets. We tell everybody all the time, you and I have been friends for many years now. It's actually kind of funny how quickly time passes by and how much changes. And you're going through a lot of changes right now. You have just been cranking that Neon Town album for so long. It's time for freshness. Is that right?
That's kind of where we're heading. We those of you that follow the digital side as well as radio know that we've been releasing a song every single month since January. I can't remember exactly when we started it, but it all started with signing this new deal with the Reviver Music Group, and it is just a publishing deal, but there's some record label perks to being over there, and so we just try to think of the best way to flood out this music. After all, like I've said in my story a million times, I wrote 5 days a week for 11 years, and 90% of it, they told me it was too country. So now I can do all the music I've been wanting to do. And so between writing some new songs and then obviously picking up some of these older ones that, just haven't been heard, like One Honky Tonk Town, we're able just to flood everybody with content. And ultimately, I think the plan is probably next fall, fourth quarter, maybe around, November, December. I think we're going to try to piece it all together, put a few more new songs on there and package the whole thing as a record is kind of the plan. So we'll see how all the dominoes fall. Every time we have a plan, it seems to change, which, welcome to the music business. But
right.
as of now, that's what we're looking at. So just cranking out the tour schedule and, just keeping this country music coming to you guys and trying to push it as far as the world will take traditional country.
That makes a lot of sense to me. So in case you guys aren't catching on to that, not just on radio, but everywhere streaming, you can always constantly be consuming new David Adam Byrnes music. So make sure you are following that. And like you said, constantly out on tour. And just about any time David gets close to College Station, I normally pop up and I normally end up behind a merch booth. So
I don't know how you always end up working. At some point, you're going to have to come and just hang out. But, hey, we love you for it. And, man, it's crazy. I mean, you talk about the chaos. I mean, I'm heading back to Nashville and we're tracking in 2 weeks. And I don't even know what we're tracking yet. So that tells you where we're at on this song selection.
Oh, crazy. One question I do have, because this is a new publishing deal, and to what people don't understand about publishing deals is this is for songwriters. It's not necessarily a record deal or anything like that. It's just that you are writing songs, whether you're going to record them or somebody else. So this means that whether it's Texas country, nationally recognized country music, people could be hearing a lot more David Adam Byrnes songs all over the place. Is that correct?
That's correct. Look at Randall King. I mean, obviously him being around Kojo and how great he is has helped, but a big thing that launched him was getting that Garth Brooks cut, and Garth Brooks really endorsing him and stuff. And so this is kind of that next step. I always said that I was never going to rule Nashville out, but it had to make sense. And this made sense. And so signing with this company, it's given me the ability, if I was doing everything on my own, there's no way I could afford to put out a song a month to be able to do this. And so it's great having that team, adding to the team, being able to just keep pushing this thing through. So I'm very thankful, and we'll see where it goes.
Well, then we constantly talk about making our own changes in country music and our own sound. And we're all taking strides to do that. I did it by creating Maverick 100.9. We decided to just put the spotlight on independent artists. But, I always say you never rule anybody out. And songwriters are very important in this business. And it is really important to have people like David Adam Byrnes, as much as he loves Texas and loves playing his own country music for you. He's affecting Nashville. And I think that that's a really big part of our community that we should be shining a light on,
Well, I'll tell you what, man. And I know there's always been this stigma, this whole Nashville versus Texas, or probably more Texas versus Nashville. Right. Nashville really cares. But the reality is, man, there's a lot of our cats that are making strides there. I mean, I know that Tristan Mraz is doing a lot. Randall, obviously. I mean, Cody just got a #1, won a CMT award. I mean, they're taking notice of what's going on down here, and it's about damn time, is all I got to say.
Absolutely. You heard it from the horse's mouth, y'all. My friend David Adam Byrnes, it has been so great to catch up with you. Thank you for the new music, y'all. You can start listening to One Honky-Tonk Town on Maverick 100.9 now. And buddy, it's always great to catch up with you.
Hey, likewise. Well, if you like a road trip tonight, you come down to Galveston. We're heading that way, and we already have a merch person, so you can just come hang out.
Whoa.